gonna switch it up on this Mike's Plays with Toys video, and we're gonna do a comic book. We're gonna do a comic book opening because what we got here is X-Force #1 from 1991. As you can see, it's still in this protective wrap that it came with, and you might think that would be unique, but this is the second highest selling comic book of all time. And that means there's a lot of them. There's probably like 5 million copies, and people bought multiples of this thinking it was going to be worth a whole lot of money. And guess what? It wasn't. Neither is X-Men #1 from like 1990. Neither is Death of Superman. Neither is Spider-Man #1. You know, all that. This is part of that. Of those 4 comics, this is the one I did not have of the biggest selling comic books of all time. Gotta say, I wasn't much of an X-Men fan back then. Yeah, I did have the X-Men #1, but that was like the only X-Men comic I ever owned. To this day, the only other X-Men comic I ever read was a paperback of Dark Phoenix Saga. I've seen all the movies, and I was like, yeah, they're all good. Logan was really good, but I never, like, my friend makes fun of me because I loved Part 3. He's like, you don't even get the X-Men. It's like, no, I don't, and I don't give a shit. I picked this one up because I strangely watched a video on YouTube the other day making fun of ROB Liefeld art, and when I was sifting through the big comic book sale of everything for 50 cents, yes, 50 cents, that's even less than the damn cover price now, $1.50, depreciated, instead of going up in value. I picked this up. And, you know, this X-Force, well, this one always gets made fun of because Spider-Man's butt looks like a dog's ass. And there's no feet. ROB Liefeld apparently doesn't have feet. Doesn't like drawing feet. So, before I talk too much more about comics, and comic art, and critiquing stuff, I just want to open up the bag. Comes with a trading card. Here, who do we get? Shatterstar, some dude I don't even know. There's a bunch of X-Men I don't know. So let's open them up. Oh, before I do that, I forgot to say, I bought 2. Yup, 2 of these stupid things. So now I'll open one up. Open one up to take a peek at, one to keep. Who knows, 100 years from now, the value actually might go up. There might only be like 4 million of these copies somewhere. Can't really do it and hold the camera, but I'm going to cut it open. The bag is cut open, so I'm going to try and hold it with my elbow and pull it out. Comic book. There's a card. There's the other card. Shatterstar. Let's take a peek at the card. What is this? Another card. Super powered offer. X-Force card shirts. Some mail away giveaway. Anything else in the comic book? Nope. Order your X-Force card shirts today. Laser image technology transfer systems makes the color and clarity of these t-shirts extra special. Washable, $15.95 a piece plus $2 postage. What the hell would that be in inflation? It'd be like what, $30 for a shirt? 40? Uh-oh, it expired in 1992. New Year's Day. What can you do? You can pick from A, B, C, D, or E. Who was that? You got... Oh yeah, Deadpool. Cable. Really small. I can't read letter E. Scattershot. The X-Force card. I'm kind of blind. I can't read letter D. I was hoping for more freebie stuff, but I guess that t-shirt card is pretty neat. Put it back in the bag. This was a whole $1.50 back then. That's probably why I didn't buy it. Remember, like, comic books over $1, $1.25. That was too rich for my blood. I remember I used to get $2 a day for lunch, and I'd still have change left over. Back in those days. I never read X-Force. I know that guy's Cable. I know that. I don't know shit about X-Men. So mint. For a comic book that's 26 years old, fresh from the print. Look how white the pages are. Big giant splash page. I will say it's very colorful. I've seen a lot uglier comic book art than this. Stuff that's supposedly critically acclaimed, I think, is looks like this looks fun. It looks colorful. I remember everybody in like middle school and early high school, they would try and draw like this. Overly muscled up people with guns and weird faces and shit. It is fun looking. Ooh, ad for trading cards. Pretty cool. Look at all the rest of the ads. Battletoads. Never had that game. Oh, here we go. Some TSR role-playing games. The makers of Dungeons and Dragons. X-Force shirt. This is more reasonable, $10.95 and $3 shipping and handling. Another ad for role-playing games. I only played one ever, and I was playing with my friends from high school, and they were a little too intense, and they did not make it fun. Did not make that fun at all. I would still love to get a second shot one of these days. Ooh. Choose any 5 books for $1. Science Fiction Book Club. I'm more of a comic book reader than a novel reader. Weird Tales. What, no more ads? Oh, I used to love these. Mail away stuff. Hey, I did a video on that. That was my, last video. Superhero PVC figures. Tying it in all together. How about that? What the hell? $5 each for one of those? That's ridiculous. The comic books, they would always jack up the prices of stuff, but really, those are like $3 at Spencer's. To be continued. And, hey, Deadpool! This is when he was brand new. Can't say I'm into Deadpool, but, he's a celebrity right now. Mile High Comics. They're still around. They're online. I buy a lot of my back issues there. Deathlock. Cablegrams. Intermittently, I still see letter columns and comic books. The G.I. Joe one I know has it, but subscriptions. How much? $8.50 for 12 issues. And Punisher on Game Boy. Love these ads. And it's a wraparound cover. Got all the X-Force guys. some 90s nostalgic fun. Back before comics were truly ruined. After this era, I don't think comic books were ever that great ever again. I mean, they oversaturated the market with, polybag shits and being dark and grim, but I still pick up new comics, and I would rather just keep reading these old ones. I've heard bad reviews on Secret Wars too, but come on. It's got to be more entertaining than Civil War 2. This is actually the last Marvel comic I bought. Civil War #5. I don't even think I finished collecting the whole series. And look at this. This is boring. Colors drab. Looks like a freaking Scott Snyder movie. Colors are all washed out and doesn't look fun. This isn't the kind of crap I would try to be drawing my notebooks in the middle of class. This is just ugly shit. I'll say that. This has actually got me to stop buying Marvel. And I was already on a slide for a long time. I know they're even worse now. Everybody seems to say they suck on the internet, but the thing that I gave up on is the ugly art. Well, I'm definitely going to read this later. This looks like some goofy, nostalgic fun. Really ridiculous looking art, but I don't hate it because it's just style. And this style is kind of cool looking. Whereas I showed you Marvel, that's Civil War too, and that's just ugly. Even G.I. modern art today is like G.I. Joe looks like they got somebody on the cheap, because I don't even like the inking in this. This just looks cheap. Coloring looks cheap. I know back in the day that was a shock to me for, the art style compared to this. I don't even know who drew this, but everything looks like John Buscema drew it. Marvel had like a distinct style. And then like ROB Liefeld came up and Todd McFarlane. They started getting overly stylized and put their own spin on things, and then everybody had their own spin on things, and now comic art is mainly from Marvel. It looks like shit, I'm gonna tell you. Look at this big giant double splash page where everybody's trying to look hyper realistic and drab looking colors. I hate this stuff. I really do. At least DC, they're trying to be, more colorful on their covers and things. If you're gonna be all stylized like this, stay out of the big books. Give me, say that for the indie crap. Be John Buscema, damn it. Now here's another example of ugly comic book art. This is Spider-Gwen. Stylized, right? I hate the coloring. And, somebody put their own stamp on it, and I don't agree with this either. It's also cartoony and, unrealistic, but I don't even know who the hell this guy's name is, but everybody knows who ROB Liefeld is. I don't know how this video turned into a ROB Liefeld like defending stuff, but I'll give the dude credit. To be good comic book art is like you feel like you want to sit down and draw it yourself. Like my favorite artist ever is like Jim Aparo from Batman. And if you ever saw my ketchup video where I drew stuff in ketchup, my Batman looks exactly like a Jim Aparo Batman. Like an idiot, I bought this thinking it was going to be worth, money, but it's not. #1. This is like the second or third series #1, so that's bullshit. Marvel and your renumbering crap. Alright, this video apparently had no point, like a lot of my, meandering musings, but sum it all up, I kind of like ROB Liefeld art, even though it's ridiculous. But, like I said, there's other stuff that's far more ugly. At least it's colorful. And G.I. Joe's pretty cheap looking art. And that's about it.